Hey guys, today we are talking about hacks for habit change. The fact of the matter is that for humans, changing habits is really, really hard. Yet there's always a few that you're trying to get better at or drop off, or, start going to the gym or diet. And a lot of entrepreneur type people are into personal development. So this topic comes up all the time. So we're going to share a couple things, a couple examples of things that we and our friends have worked on, and some tips and tricks to make it a little bit easier, even though it's super hard.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do a few examples, then we'll go through some tools to hopefully you can, get moving forward on positively on some habits that you want to put in place. So let's talk about diet. Really, really simple one. So the interesting part about dieting is kind of mentally everyone's like, yeah, I need to diet, I need to do this, I need to do this. That being said, there's a lot of people I know that we both know personally right now that are on a diet, and after you get through that first initial stage, maybe it's the first week, it's super easy because it's part of your daily lifestyle after that. So yes, you may need to do some meal prep. Yes, you need to mentally accept it. Yes, you may need to figure out what diet you want to do, right? Maybe it's a high protein diet with low carbs, whatever it is. You prep it, you mentally prepare for it. The first few days are horrible, don't get me wrong. Just like anything that you change, it takes time. After you get through the first week, it's just part of your daily lifestyle, and it's a habit, and you don't think much about it anymore.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and gym is another common one, going to the gym or doing some form of exercise, that if you're not in that habit, it is so hard to insert that. But I've always been a gym person, since I was a teenager, so going to the gym is so routine, and once you get to the point that your body needs it, you can't not go. It becomes the other thing. It becomes hard to miss it.
That's right.
And if you can get to that point with any of these habits, then you're there. Like some of the business stuff, it's obviously very relevant to what we do every day as well. And like making content, for example, like we've just gotten used to it. It can be on the calendar or not. It's just part of the deal. It's not a struggle to make us do that. Same with like biz dev. Biz dev stuff has just been a routine thing since the beginning. Yet that's another common one too, because as you guys hear us talk about a lot, so many business people just get trapped in their transactional world and don't ever get to the things that we're talking about. And like we said, habit change is hard. But yeah, we're going to get into a couple things that we've used and other people use to reinforce that and make it possible.
Yeah, when I talk to clients on a regular basis, or customers, or whatever, friends that follow some of the stuff, they're like, how do you have time to do some of this stuff, all this content, or how can you filter through thousands of inquiries that come through? And I was like, well, we have a system, and to be honest with you, going back to the term habit, it is a habit for us to do content pieces like this. It's a habit for us to do blog posts, articles, public speaking. It's just part of our daily routine, and it's weird. Whenever that happened, early on inception of our business, probably close to 10 years ago, for some reason it was either we realized we needed to do it, or maybe it was just second nature that had to happen. So I actually feel weird if I do not do a content piece. I feel weird if I do not originate alone. Some of these things that most people are dying to kind of put on, they're just habits. I come in, this is done. Like half these things I don't even put into a tool or a checklist anymore. It's just, I know that these things have to get done, and it's very, very easy for me to do because we've been doing it over and over and over.
Yeah, once you get to that point, it's easy. But yeah, that's a good thing that you mentioned, that people do ask that kind of thing. How do you have the time to do X? The fact of the matter is you have the time to do whatever is important to you. Because you prioritize it and you do it first, and you get up in the morning and you're thinking about biz dev, or you're not. And if you don't do it, it's because it's not a priority, frankly.
Yeah, let's go over a few kind of tools, because I think the tools I use are different than yours. Mine are offline tools. I think yours are online tools. So I'm very old school related to, maybe it's kind of the old school sales mentality of like, I just use a checklist. I use a note card, and I put it in my back pocket, and that's it, right? I keep it super simple. So for instance, you have my note card. These are the 5 things that have to get done today. And to be honest, it's funny because some of the things that are already habits to me that you may think you would put on a checklist, like, hey, do this video or do this content piece, those actually don't even meet my my checklist or my tool formula of my note card, because that's already kind of like in my head. So I don't need it. I don't need it anymore. But when you're starting out, do some sort of consistent thing, and maybe that consistent thing is like, I don't know, eat whatever you're eating that day, or your time to go to the gym, or your time to do all that stuff. Because let's be honest, if you go to the gym at 12 p.m. every day, and all of a sudden a week goes by, then 2 weeks go by, or 3 weeks go by, it's on there, right? It is a habit. It is hard to break that habit after that.
Yeah. So I have dabbled with a couple tools, both online and offline. I used an app called Winstreak that was kind of cool. It would say put in a priority for tomorrow, and then it would ping me at 11 a.m. or whatever time you set. That was a cool one. For diet and exercise related stuff, I've used MyFitnessPal that would ping me to enter my my food and meals, calories for the day, and then once a week to get on the scale. Those things are cool. I too like offline stuff. One thing that I've been using recently, the past few months, is a simple checklist. I print one out every Monday morning. I put the date at the top, and then I work through during the week doing my stuff, and it's business stuff, it's personal development. On one hand, it kind of makes me feel like a robot, which is weird, that I just roll through a checklist on the week. But on the other hand, it's super simple and effective because it sits in front of me. I want to do it. I want to look at things and physically check them off. It works, frankly. So yeah, very simple, easy, offline tool anybody can do.
Yeah, and there's one probably interesting thing about that. There's things on there that you're doing on a consistent basis that are already habits that you don't need to put on that checklist because they're already engraved in your daily operation, right? Some of these things, looking at them, they're important and you do them regularly, but they're not like second nature. Like there's a few things that just they turn into habits.
Totally. Yeah, and this is like this thing is always evolving. Like I'll change it every week, take some stuff off, throw a new thing on. But
one last tip to really make sure you get this kind of in your head and clear. Work on one habit at a time. Don't try to say, okay, I want to go to the gym, then I want to diet, then I want to quit smoking, then I want to start doing marketing and content. You can do all that. Don't get me wrong, but let's just start one at a time. Do one at a time. Say, hey, I want to do one new marketing content piece every day for my business. Great. Let's start it and reevaluate it in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Before you know it, it'll turn into a habit, and that's the point of all of this. Is you have good positive habits going on every day. It turns into new opportunities. It turns into better personal development. All of these things can be very, very positive, but they got to get to the point of being a habit so they occur constantly without any hiccups.
Yeah, for sure. And one other quick tip that's a very, very powerful one before we roll out is that take advantage of strength in numbers. Get a partner for dieting, like a friend or a spouse, whatever it may be. Like our business partner in Philly, we do no food Mondays, and we were talking about it when I saw him yesterday. So it's just good to have an accountability partner and stuff. It can make the journey a little bit easier. You have somebody to share your struggle with, and it's cool. It's a cool thing too. So yeah.
Thanks again, guys. One quick favor, if you know somebody who has a bad habit that's looking to quit, or if you know somebody who is trying to pick up some good positive habits, please share this video with them. It'll go a long way. If you have any questions related to habits or how to create more effective habits, feel free to reach out. That's what we're here. Help everybody grow this community. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. Like, comment, share, subscribe.